Tacoma residents come together for a moment of prayer. Environmental Services is coming to you for curbside pickup, and you can get a unique up-close look at animals in the wild. All that and more coming up next on Tacoma Report. Hi, and welcome to this edition of Tacoma Report. I'm Lane Fickey. Phase 2 arrived in Tacoma and Pierce County. Early in June, the Washington State Secretary of Health approved Pierce County for Phase 2 as part of the state's Safe Start Plan. This means many businesses are now opening, some with restrictions based on safety and health for the community. These include all manufacturing and construction, domestic services, retail, office-based businesses, hair and nail salons, including barbers and pet grooming. Also included are restaurants and taverns, which must be less than 50% capacity, have no bar seating, and with up to 5 people at a table. More Phase 2 details can be found by going online. The Tacoma Pierce County Health Department is reminding residents that even though the county has shown progress and is now into Phase 2, everyone needs to continue the practices of social distancing and wearing a cloth face covering when out in public, even when someone is demonstrating and protesting or when in confined areas.
We have taken a lot of steps, and we have, done it willingly. We have, stayed home except for essential activities. We are now all washing our hands, covering our coughs. We're sanitizing. And many people, and I'm hoping that more will continue to do this, are wearing cloth face coverings in public. And all of this has resulted in us getting to the hard-fought place where our cases have come down. You have helped us flatten the curve, but it's not over yet. Just to be clear, the 2 goals of the health department, number 1 is we want to protect the health of the residents of Pierce County. The second is we want to help reopen society and the economy. And we have to continue to do all the things we've learned to do: wash our hands, cover our cough, wear face coverings, telecommute, be at home as much as possible, even as we open up some of the restrictions that allow us all to move back closer to a more normal sense of life.
Tacoma residents and the faith community came together to show support and solidarity in regards to the COVID-19 crisis. On street corners all along Martin Luther King Jr. Way in the Hilltop area, church groups gathered for the event titled 6 Feet in the Street, and it called for 15 minutes of prayer and meditation. It was a nationwide movement, and the 6 feet was in reference to having those in attendance stay 6 feet apart for social distancing. The Tacoma Pierce County Health Department lists the African American population as being exposed to higher rates of the coronavirus than other segments, due in part to lower access to health care. More than 50 churches representing all denominations from throughout the community participated in the moment of prayer. Construction continues on the Hilltop Tacoma Lake Extension. Due to the COVID-19 pandemic, crews have been working under expanded safety measures. With these actions in place, crews have been able to continue track installation in the Stadium District and in the Hilltop neighborhood. There are a number of ways to stay connected on this project. For more information, check out the project webpage, where you can sign up for project alerts and join the Hilltop Tacoma Link Extension Facebook group as this project continues to move forward. The extension is expected to open in 2022. A popular annual cleanup program has been modified to look a little different in 2020. Stacey Elliford has more on the Curbside Community Cleanups program.
As a result of the COVID-19 pandemic and the resulting impacts to the community, the 2020 Community Cleanups program has been revised to serve residential customers with curbside pickup, as opposed to one central location for each neighborhood like in years past.
All City of Tacoma residents, single-family homes and duplexes can participate in this year's curbside pickup or neighborhood cleanup program.
Residents can dispose of unusable household items on their neighborhood's designated date at no charge.
We're asking them to bag up or box up their materials, put the material that they want to get rid of, um, waste material that they no longer have a use for, to bag or box up those items and set them out on their curb, and we'll be by that day to pick up the material.
It's requested that on a neighborhood scheduled cleanup date, residents have their items on the curb by 8 a.m. for pickup. It's also encouraged for larger items to be set out the night before.
So really for the smaller items, we're looking at the bagged and everything to be bagged and boxed. We don't want loose debris out on the curbs. We don't want anything to contribute to, blighted neighborhoods and litter. So if everything can be bagged and boxed, it makes our job easier, and it helps maintain the cleanliness of the community.
A number of items are accepted, from small electronics to clothing and linens to furniture and large power equipment. This program is intended only for items that are no longer usable. If unwanted items are in good working condition, be sure to find a donation facility or organization that is safely accepting items for drop-off at this time.
We do not want to take food waste or household trash. That's not what the program is intended for. This is really for the other houseware items.
A scheduled cleanup will take up to 3 large items per household. Residents with large items should contact Solid Waste Management in advance so collection crews can bring the right equipment and vehicles.
It's exciting that we're able to still perform and do the neighborhood cleanups. I think that's important for our community.
For Tacoma Report, I'm Stacey Ellifrit.
For a full list of what is and isn't accepted, as well as a current schedule of designated curbside pickup dates and locations, visit the city's website. Driving the back roads of Washington State doesn't always guarantee seeing Northwest wildlife in the comfort of your own car. Northwest Trek Wildlife Park found the perfect solution of experiencing nature with their new Wild Drive tours. The park has now opened their free roaming area to visitors in the comfort and safety of your own four-wheel vehicle. This guided experience allows families and households to tour the 435-acre forest and meadows in small car caravans. Some of the Northwest animals may be a herd of elk, mountain goats, deer, bison, and even moose. Tickets for the Wild Drive are exclusively only available online, with dates and times filling fast. Check out the Northwest Trek website for your time. On a similar note, the Point Defiant Zoo and Aquarium is opening for business as well, beginning June 18th. Staff have been busy ensuring social distancing and safety designs under Phase 2 of the governor's plan, allowing for timed ticketing of patrons into the zoo. Directional arrows provide for one-way walks with family and friends, and playful paw prints and other signage help reinforce social distance guidelines. PDZA admission is online only, with no-touch scan ticketing at the gate. Some closures include both aquariums along with the outdoor theater. Food, beverages, and gifts will be available at kiosks throughout the zoo. Zoo animals, of course, will continue their version of social distancing by just being themselves. For Point Defiant Zoo and Aquarium details, log on to their website. We're going to take a short break, but when we come back, we'll show you where you can see some amazing views in Tacoma. Stay with us. Welcome back to Tacoma Report. Downtown on the Go's Walk Tacoma series is going virtual from June through August. The tours will be located on the free GeoTourist app. Simply download the app, create an account, log in, then find the currently available Walk Tacoma Musical History in Downtown Tacoma tour and save it to the app. You can then take the tour whenever you're ready. Future virtual tours include the Puyallup Tribe Walk in July and a scavenger hunt in August. In-person walks are expected to start this September. For the most up-to-date information on the Walk Tacoma 2020 series, visit the Downtown on the Go website. And while we're on the subject of walking, the new span of the Tacoma Narrows Bridge not only provides transportation, but recreation as well. Pedestrians and bike riders also get a chance of covering a couple of miles over the Tacoma Narrows Passage. Tacoma Report's Dave Gordon decided to take a hike along a portion of this urban trail that soars more than 100 feet over the water with amazing views of Puget Sound.
Running alongside Highway 16 from Tacoma to Gig Harbor is the Scott Pearson Trail. This urban trail features a critical point of interest unique to the region. It spans the link between Tacoma and Gig Harbor, and it's 187 feet above the Puget Sound.
This part of the Scott Pearson Trail, the new Tacoma Narrows Bridge, is about a mile of the most stunning views you'll ever see here in Tacoma.
To get there, park at War Memorial Park, just off 6th Avenue and Myers Street. Prepare yourself for a couple hours of moderate exercise. Just keep in mind it's 5,900 feet one way, and the return is another 5,900 feet. But the investment makes for a great walk on a fine sunny day.
I've been wanting to walk this bridge for a long time, but I've never taken the time. So this is my first opportunity to do it from being out of state, and we decided let's do it.
Glad I got to bike across the bridge today and get some nice views.
My dad has been asking for a long time. We've walked the Golden Gate Bridge together a couple times, and actually with family too. So we decided we're going to walk the bridge today.
The bridge walk has no stops. Oh, and watch out for the occasional bicyclist. There are plenty of selfie photo opportunities too, so bring your camera.
Thanks again.
Just remember, you'll be sharing a major highway.
One of the biggest challenges you'll have here on the Scott Pearson Trail is the road noise. There's a lot of road noise, but that's part of the adventure. For Tacoma Report, I'm Dave Gordon.
For more information about urban hiking trails, visit Metro Parks Tacoma. More and more people are getting outside and exploring nature and the beautiful surroundings. And if you're willing to travel a short distance, there's a park in the area that you're going to want to visit. It has a lot of history and some incredible scenery. Good things come in small packages. That about sums up the Browns Point Lighthouse Park in northeast Tacoma. The park is only 5 acres, but the amount of enjoyment it gives to those who visit here is immense. It has a remarkable beachfront along Commencement Bay with amazing views of Tacoma and a front row seat to watch the ferries cross from Point Defiance to Vashon Island. But the attraction really is the lighthouse. The first one was built in the early 1900s. The current structure on site today was erected in 1933. The Browns Point Lighthouse Park is truly a group effort. The property is owned by the U.S. Coast Guard. It's managed by Metro Parks Tacoma, and the Points Northeast Historical Society takes care of the historic buildings as well as provides historical and educational information on the area. For the local residents, it's a nice little neighborhood park. You'll find people walking their dogs and doing some beach combing.
And we also have the Points Northeast Historical Society where they will rent out the cottage, the keeper's cottage, for the weekend. So we actually get it's a nice mix of local, but then we get a lot of out-of-towners that come from either the East Coast that are into lighthouses, and they'll stay there for a week. And so you get a lot of different use of people that are kind of, an educational kind of learning experience.
Metro Parks Tacoma recently finished up some renovations on the park with a combination of money from both the 2005 and 2014 bond measures, mainly Americans with Disability Act improvements. The parking lot was recently paved and striped, and there's a slightly sloped paved pathway down to the beach, making it possible for people in wheelchairs and walkers to have a safe journey to the shoreline and park area. A new ornamental fence was placed around the lighthouse. New landscaping was added, and shortly new benches will be located along the promenade section near the water. All of these changes are helping to enforce the exceptional qualities that this northeast Tacoma historical area has to offer those who venture here.
What's unique about it is you have all these kind of big entities with the Coast Guard, but all these small neighborhood groups, and it's just a big sharing of the park. It's really unique. Usually you have a park, Metro Parks has it, the community uses it. There's overlapping uses, there's weddings next door, there's just a lot of stuff that goes on there which makes it unique. It was a challenging project. You don't want to impact a park, but you want to bring improvements. And I think when working with the neighborhood, we did a really good job of kind of finding that balance.
More information about the Browns Point Lighthouse Park, as well as all of the other parks managed by Metro Parks Tacoma, can be found at their website. And finally, 4th of July is just around the corner, and a reminder that fireworks are illegal in Tacoma and they are banned. The ban was put into effect in 1998. It's an enforceable offense that violators will be fined for, and the fireworks will be confiscated. If fireworks are purchased on tribal lands, many of those fireworks are only legal on tribal property. Visit the City of Tacoma website and search for fireworks for more information. That's all the time we have on this edition of Tacoma Report. A great way to find out about the services the City of Tacoma has to offer is by going to cityoftacoma.org. As we leave you today, we have some amazing videos shot by drone pilots Brian Cox and Dave Gordon that they took over the South Tacoma area. Until next time, I'm Lane Fickey. Thanks for watching.